Jazzcast Pros.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Healing Her Within. I want to ask you, what if the biggest dating mistake women make isn't about choosing the wrong man, but not asking themselves the right questions first? Have you ever ignored your intuition in dating because you wanted the relationship to work, or because you simply didn't want to be alone? Today, I am going to be sharing 10 powerful and reflective questions to help you know if you are on the right path or if perhaps it's time to end the new relationship before getting too invested. Welcome to Healing Her Within, where inner healing meets unstoppable power. This podcast is for women ready to stop shrinking, heal their inner child, and rise into their true selves. I'm your host, Marianne Rivera, and here we have real conversations about healing, growth, and reclaiming your voice. You were never broken, you were becoming. So take a breath, settle in, and let's begin from the inside out. Question number 1. Do I feel emotionally safe, respected, and heard when I'm with this person? And this matters because emotional safety is the foundation of a healthy relationship. If a woman feels dismissed, judged, criticized, ignored, or constantly anxious about expressing herself early on, these are patterns that usually deepen over time. They don't go away. Feeling heard and respected creates trust, security, and emotional intimacy. Question number 2. Am I able to be my authentic self, or do I feel the need to shrink, perform, or prove my worth? For many women, unconsciously shape-shifting in relationships because they are afraid to be rejected. So this question helps to identify whether you feel free to be honest about your needs, your personality, your goals, your values, without the fear of losing the connection. Healthy love should not require you to abandon yourself. It should not require you to be a chameleon and become another person. Question number 3. Does this person's actions consistently match their words? Consistency reveals character. Someone may say all of the right things, but is inconsistent with effort. They're inconsistent with their communication, or behavior creates confusion and instability. So this question is going to help you focus on patterns versus promises and potential. And we have all been there. So before I continue on with question number 4 through 10, I want to just pause really quick. This is a judgment-free zone. No one knows that you are listening to this podcast. No one knows that you are taking inventory and that you are spending time truly reflecting on these questions. So be honest with yourself. I rather you, and I'm pretty sure that deep down, you rather know all of these things day 1, day 2, week 1, month 1, before you get too invested, before 3 months have gone by, before 6 months have gone by, before a year has gone by. So be honest with yourself. Be honest with what is truly happening, with what you really see, and focus on the patterns versus the potential and the promises. Question number 4. How do I feel after spending time with them? Am I energized, peaceful, or are you anxious, confused, and emotionally drained? And here's the thing, the body often recognizes unhealthy dynamics before the mind accepts them. Constant anxiety, emotional confusion, or exhaustion can be signs of emotional inconsistency, manipulation, or a lack of clarity. Healthy relationships should bring more peace than chaos. Question number 5. Is this relationship aligned with the woman I am becoming, or does it pull me backwards into old patterns? Growth changes standards. This question is going to help you evaluate whether the relationship supports you, your healing, your confidence, your self respect, and your future goals, or whether it reactivates old wounds, insecurity, people pleasing, or are you settling? Question number 6. Can this person communicate through conflict with maturity, honesty, and accountability? Conflict is unavoidable, but unhealthy communication destroys relationships. And this question is going to help you identify whether the person can take accountability, listen without attacking, and communicate respectfully and work through issues without manipulation, blame, silence, emotional games, which are all gaslighting. So if you have a conflict, if there's something that you're having a conversation, or if there's something that, an action that was taken and you don't agree with it, are you able to speak up? Are you able to be honest? Are you able to voice your opinion? Are you able to voice your concerns in a healthy, mature way? Or are you immediately dismissed? Or are you told, oh, you're crazy? Or stop acting like that, you're overreacting? Or they bring up your past. So just make sure, again, that you are able to speak your voice, your true feelings in a respectful manner. Question number 7. Do they respect your boundaries without guilt, pressure, or manipulation? Boundaries reveal how someone can handle themselves when they don't get their way. So a healthy partner is going to respect your limits, your timing, your personal space, your values, and your emotional needs. Someone who pressures you, guilts you, or ignores your boundaries often prioritizes control over respect. So for example, let's say that one of your boundaries is that you are going to wait, let's say 30 days, 60 days, whatever time frame, before you bring somebody either to your home, or whether you share your phone number, or possibly even introduce them to your children if you have children and they have an issue with that. And they start saying things like, well, if you really liked me, or if you really loved me, or if this relationship was going anywhere, there wouldn't be an issue with that. Or they'll say things like, well, are you involved with somebody else? Why don't you want me to meet them? And things like that. These are your boundaries. And number 1, you shouldn't have to explain yourself, your boundaries, your values to anyone, because they should not be questioning them. These are your boundaries. These are your rules. These are the parameters that you have set for whatever reason. And if you want to, talk about the whys behind them, that should be your decision. You should not be pressured into explaining yourselves for no one. I remember this was years ago, like decades ago, because if you know me, you know that I have been with James for 18 years. So back in my dating days, I remember dating this guy, and we had went on a couple of dates. But deep down, there was just something about him that I'm like, honestly, I'm just having fun. I don't see this relationship going anywhere. So I refused to have him meet my children. And he could only drop me off or pick me up at the front of my house. Like, he wasn't even allowed in the house. And what the kicker for me was, that was like the last straw. When he was picking me up, he came and he was like, oh, I really have to use the bathroom. You should have used the bathroom before you got here. You're not going in my house. And he responded by saying, oh, come on, I really got to go. What do you think? You live in a mansion or something? Sir, yes, this is my mansion, and you are not allowed in. So here's what we're going to do. Either we can continue, like I can get in the car and we can go to our dinner date, or this is the last time you're going to be seeing me. And he just kept down like, oh, it's not going to be that big of a deal. I just got to run in real quick and use the bathroom. I said, you know what? This is the last time that we're seeing each other. This is not worth it for me, because I have been very clear on what we're going to do and what we're not going to do. And I'm tired of you like testing the waters, because if I wanted you to come in my house, if I wanted you to meet my children, you would have met them a long time ago. So make sure that you are not being pressured or made to feel guilty or manipulated about your boundaries, your limits, or your timing. And also in the sense of timing, no means no. If you're not ready to kiss someone, if you're not ready to hold hands, and definitely if you are not ready to be physically intimate with someone, no means no. And let's just say that, because sometimes things do get heated and, your body may want certain things, and you're in the middle of, a makeout session and things like that, and you want to pause, you want to stop. No means no. And you, again, don't have to start making up excuses. You can just simply say, you know what? I'm not feeling this. I changed my mind. You have a right to protect your body. You have a right to give consent. And it is yes means yes, no means no. And if even after I have said yes, I want to change my mind and switch that to a no, then no means no. And don't let anyone make you feel guilty again or shame you for putting your time limits up, for protecting your body. Remember that, because your body is your body and you have a right to be able to change your mind, because again, it's your body. You're not playing hard to get. You're not playing mind games with people. Sometimes, something can start out feeling good and being nice, and then something could be triggering. You could be on a healing journey. Maybe something was said, or maybe there was some physical touch that you just did not feel comfortable with. Again, no means no. Even if you are in the midst of some action, you have the right to change your mind. Question number 8. Are they emotionally available, or are you falling in love with the potential instead of reality? Many people become attached to someone who, this one is just, gosh, I have been guilty of this so many times, because as women, we see potential and we want to just focus on that. Let me finish reading to you the reason. Many women become attached to who someone could become instead of accepting who they currently are. And this question is going to encourage honesty about whether the person is truly capable of commitment, vulnerability, consistency, and emotional connection right now. You're not in this relationship 6 months from now. You are in the relationship today, right now. So, are you falling in love with potential or with the reality of who you are currently talking to? You cannot fix people. People are going to be themselves. People are going to kind of like morph into who you want them to be. But you can only hold on to that charade. You can only carry that for so long. So listen to people. Take people at their word when they show you their true colors. If there's angry outbursts, if there's any physical, things going on as far as like hitting, things like that, that is not to be tolerated. Do not let the fear of being alone get you sucked in and trapped into a situation that could potentially end in a very bad way. When you truly love yourself, when you truly accept yourself, when you know who you truly are, when you know your values, your boundaries, your goals, your desires, when you have confidence in who you are becoming or who you have become, you are unstoppable. And don't let anyone, I don't care how good this person looks, I don't care how much money they have, I don't care what job they have, I don't care what kind of car they have. Let their actions speak louder than words. Take them as their truth. Take them at what they are showing you. You probably have heard the saying, fool me once, shame on you. But do you know the rest? Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Because the first time you fooled me, I gave you the benefit of the doubt. I made excuses and I trusted that you would not do this. But then what happens? You revealed yourself. But the truth is that you actually revealed yourself the first time around. And because I was so focused on wearing these rose colored glasses, because I was focused on the potential, because I was fearful of being alone. Now here it is 3 months, 6 months, a year later. God forbid you have a child with this person, buy a house with this person, get married. So take people at face value and listen to who they are truly showing you that they are. Question number 9. Does this connection support my healing, my growth, purpose, and peace, and not just chemistry? Chemistry alone cannot sustain a healthy relationship. Strong attraction without emotional health can lead to toxic cycles. And this question is going to help you evaluate whether the relationship adds stability, encouragement, emotional wellness, and aligns with your life. Yes, he may look good. Yes, he may be 6'1". Yes, he might have all these outer characteristics and traits. But what does their inside look like? Are you able to get lost in conversations with this person? Are you able to talk about your passions, talk about your purpose, talk about your goals, your desires without shame, without judgment, without making you feel guilty, without gaslighting you, without talking down to you? So does this connection support you or does it deflate you? And question number 10. Am I choosing this person from a place of self-worth and clarity or from loneliness, fear, or the need to be chosen? And this question is going to encourage self-awareness, honesty, and all about your motivation. When choices are driven by fear of being alone, low self-worth, or desperation for validation, many women are more likely to ignore red flags and accept less than you truly deserve. Choosing from clarity leads to healthier relationships and better decisions. And here's the thing. You can still meet someone and I don't want to say have them pass the test, but a question that I don't like is to be asked, what are you looking for in a partner? Or what are you looking for in a relationship? The reason I don't like that question is because you are feeding that person what you want. And this person may not truly be that person. You want somebody who is hardworking. Every time you call them, they're not available because they're working. Are they truly working? You want somebody who dresses nice all of a sudden. And I know that that's, exterior, things like that. But you still want somebody that dresses nice because it's not about them looking for somebody else when you're in a relationship. But when you walk out of your house, you are representing the both of you. You're representing yourself, obviously, and you're also representing them, even if they're not with you. So, are you dressing decent? Are you somebody who is dependable? Are you confident? Are you spiritual, religious? Are you, goal oriented and things like that? Is it because this person is truly that way? Or is this how you told him? What is this who you told him that you are looking for? And you can just simply be honest when they ask you that question. Well, what kind of what kind of person are you looking for? Who are you looking for to be with? You can say, you know what? I have been through so many relationships where I have answered this question. And what I have found is that the individual becomes that individual temporarily. And then eventually the truth comes out, and I have wasted 3 months, 6 months, whatever time frame it has been. So I have made a decision that going forward, I am going to take people for who they truly are, what they reflect, what they show me. Because a person who is ready to date should have all their shit together. Now, with that being said, that does not mean that you can't help that person grow and better themselves. Because again, you want somebody who is going to be there with you for the long run. But they should still come to the table with some goals, with a plan. And obviously, these goals, these plans has been from a single mindset. But the question is, how does a partner fit into these goals? How can we help each other mature and grow and, and become our own version of couple goals? Because again, somebody who has it all together, yes, that's great, but they should still strive to be better than who they were yesterday, last week, last year. So you should still have goals to become the greatest version of you. Because as long as we are all alive, as long as we are breathing, as long as there's a pulse in our heart, as long as our heart is pumping, number one, we should all be having goals, and we should all be striving to become the better version of ourselves, because you never arrive. You never arrive. The person that I was 18 years ago when I first met James is definitely not the same woman 18 years later. I have definitely grown in more ways than one. So if I would have just said, oh, I have my goals and things like that, I've achieved my goals, and then that's it, then where's the growth? Where are you going together? So make sure that you are honest with yourself when you are answering these questions. And it goes both ways too. You could be a man listening to this episode, because I know that there are some men that listen to the podcast. So these questions you can also ask yourself. And where I use the word man or woman, you can interchange it with whatever you're attracted to. So you could be a woman that's into women. Go ahead, girl. You could be a woman into man. Okay, now. You could be a man into men. Do your thing. You could be a man into woman. Whatever you are into, these questions are not just gender specific. Yes, I'm addressing women because that is primarily like 90%, 95% of my audience and the people that I coach and work with. But again, if you are a man, you can also ask yourself these exact same questions, because men still need healthy love. And sometimes we as women, we can be, a little out there and unrealistic and things like that. But I want you to be able to choose a relationship. I want you to be in a relationship that brings out the best in you. I don't want you to be in a relationship because you are afraid of being alone. From the age of 14, when I first started dating, when I first had my very first boyfriend, to be truly honest, all the way up until I met James, I had never been by myself. I was always in a relationship. Even when I saw those red flags waving at me, like, girl, whistling, waving their hands, like, what are you doing? Aboard ship, like, get out of here. I ignored them. I ignored those red flags because I was afraid to be by myself. I had rather be in a relationship that was literally sucking the life out of me than to be by myself. And it wasn't until somebody just spoke some truth into me that a light bulb went out. And I finally had the courage to leave that very toxic and unhealthy relationship until I stepped into my worth. And while I met James not shortly after, you best believe that I was ready mentally and emotionally for that relationship. I was confident. I knew what I wanted. I knew what I was no longer going to be settling for. And that is why we are here 18 years later. And I truly hope that this episode has been beneficial to you, that it has, caused you to pause and to keep the work going. I've created an ebook that will take these questions even deeper with reflections, with signs of red flags, with actual red flags, with green flags, journal exercises, affirmations, and a closing of self-discovery to continue the work. And I want you to head over to the show notes and grab a copy today. And don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to share this with a friend or two who may be questioning themselves and the relationship that they are in. I will see you here with another episode in 2 weeks. If you aren't already following us on social media, please connect with me on LinkedIn at Marianne Rivera Dannert, or visit our website, mariannerivera.com. And remember that you are a priority and you matter. And one last thing, this is a disclaimer. The information shared in this podcast is for educational and entertainment purposes only, and it's not a substitute for professional advice, diagnosis, or treatment. I am not a licensed therapist or counselor. If you're dealing with mental health or emotional challenges, please seek support from a qualified professional or a licensed counselor. Have a beautiful day.